Look at our local weather now. Amber, we were looking at your live shot. It is so foggy out there.
Yeah, really foggy right now. You can see it right there. Oh, it looks like they changed the camera, but we're looking at some really dense fog, especially for some of our beach communities. So from the beaches, it has moved inland to areas like downtown LA, but hasn't quite made its way to our foothill community. So we're still dealing with some clear skies here. But check out our visibility right now with our next weather graphics. We are looking at visibility down to less than a mile, half a mile to be exact for Oxnard and for Camarillo. Less than a quarter mile for the LAX area, half a mile for Carson, and then just under 2 miles for Long Beach and also for the Santa Ana area. Laguna Beach right now looking at visibility down to 2.5 miles. So really foggy conditions. That's why a dense fog advisory has been issued until about 9 a.m. And what that means is we are looking at visibility at times could get as low as a quarter mile or less. So use those low beams, drive really slow if you're headed to the coast. Otherwise, as we head toward the afternoon, it's going to be kind of like what we saw over the weekend. Some really hot temperatures again, especially over the valleys and also our mountain communities. And what's happening, and the reason why we're seeing so much fog near the coast, is because of this high pressure system. As it continues to really cook our inland communities, all that hot air is going to push away that low clouds and fog and keep it to the coast, because the coast has the ocean and they have that cooler air. So that's why it looks like we're looking at really foggy conditions for a lot of our beaches until later on this afternoon. Otherwise, the good news is that finally tomorrow that widespread cooling begins. But here's a look at our next weather hour by hour forecast. So we do have the foggy conditions later this morning. The clouds will begin to clear. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds once we head toward the afternoon, and then we're looking at highs today climbing up into the mid to upper 80s depending on where you live. And then for the Riverside area, we're also looking at some clouds in some spots, but then by the time we head into the afternoon, we're looking at a mixture of the sun and clouds as well, but more sunshine than clouds. But we're looking at temperatures for the Riverside area in the upper 90s. So some Inland Empire communities could see upper 90s, low 100s, while some of our valleys are looking at some even hotter conditions like the San Fernando Valley, talking about those triple-digit conditions. So high pressure has been the dominant feature here in Southern California for the last few days. By the time we head toward the end of the week, we're finally going to start to see this high pressure system get pushed off to the east a little bit more. As a low pressure system from off the coast, you could see by the end of the week really starts to push in. So this is what's going to bring us our fall-like conditions as we head into this upcoming weekend. This is something that we've been waiting for, and I think we're really going to like it. So our Inland Empire communities, we're looking at upper 90s, low 100s today, and then by tomorrow we're looking at mid 90s, and we'll continue to see those temperatures drop little by little as we head into the rest of the week until we get into the weekend, where we finally get out of the 90s and into the high 80s. So that's when we start to feel the fall-like conditions for the Inland Empire. Valleys 105 today with a 10-degree drop as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we continue to see those temperatures slowly get down into the low 90s as we head toward this upcoming weekend. For LA and Orange County, we're looking at mid 80s through tomorrow. And then we're still going to be dealing with more of the low clouds and fog, the patchy fog each morning. By the time we head into the weekend, we're looking at those temperatures dropping to below average into the low 80s.